So today we'll be making another Portuguese recipe, and this time it is a Portuguese custard tart, and it is very traditional and renowned all over the world, and in Portuguese they are called Pastéis de Nata. And there are many different recipes for this, some harder than others, but the one I will be showing you today is one taught to me by my teacher Nino Guitar, and it is a more simpler but very effective and very good recipe, and we thought this would be a better one to start with. Right, so the recipe method will be divided into two stages. First, starting off with the dough, the puff pastry, and then moving on to the custard cream. Right, and here we have butter as well as margarine kneaded together and divided into three, and this will then be used for the dough once the puff pastry is made to cover the different layers. Right, so now for the custard cream, we have whole milk, plain flour mixed with a bit of corn flour, sugar, and egg yolks, though some people prefer to include a whole egg inside, so, or maybe two. Right, now let's get down to business, shall we?
Let's do it.
As it starts off, you pour in some of the water into the middle, and with your other hand, you begin to envelope. And now to add some flavour to the custard, we cut some lemon skin into the milk and a cinnamon stick. Back to the dough, and we'll be making the puff pastry in a Portuguese style, as there are many different techniques to do this. Some people make it folded in threes, others they make it like a book, but we'll be using the Portuguese technique. Right, so now you roll out the first layer. As far as possible, making sure you keep a rectangular and thin shape. First portion of butter and margarine, and using a spatula you're going to spread it all over the top layer, however avoid the borders. Right, so now you divide it into three sections, and we're going to do what in Portugal they call the Spanish turn. So you fold it to one side, and then into the middle. Right, so now you wrap this in cling film. Now you roll it out, and we will now go to the final turn. A layer of butter and margarine, so you put it there. Right, now to make the charlotte folding. So you roll it like this. So now you gently roll it.
Thin. Huh?
So roll it and make sure it's tight. Now you cut it into small sections to fit the shape. Right, so now we have the puff pastry in the shapes. It doesn't need any greasing because it's already very rich with butter. So you dip both fingers into the water, and then you open the shape. The bottom is thinner than the top, and you use the one thumb for the bottom and the other one to create the shape on top. Preferably, you should then leave this in the fridge for about an hour, because this will then strengthen the puff pastry, and also later on after cooking it will make it crispy. The custard cream, we have here the egg yolks, and then you add them into here and you mix. Right, so now for the filling. Here's the technique. You pour it into the funnel, which is covered by your finger. So you let just enough. Right, so now you will place the pastéis de nata into a preheated oven of maximum temperature for about 20 minutes. And the hotter the better, basically, as the dough will become crispier, the cream will become a better colour and more traditional, which is darker, and it will cook quicker. So now you carefully place it into the oven. Right, so now the pastéis de nata should be ready. Go. Just sprinkle some water in between, and this gives it an extra shine. Right, so now the pastéis de nata are ready, and I recommend that if you ever go to Lisbon, you should go to Belém, because there you will find the original and popular pastry shop known as the Antiga Confeitaria de Belém. It's really worth it.
Lisboa, menina e moça, menina da luz que esmeja o livre, tão pura, tem o seio, são escurinas, varinas, pregão que me traz a porta ternura, cidade a ponte de luz, verdade, olha a beira-mar estendida, Lisboa, menina e moça amada.